Well, hello, sales managers, directors, chief marketing officers, chief revenue officers, and anybody else involved with sales. Welcome to Crush Your Company's Quota. This is Bill Shaka. And what I would like to discuss today is an old saying that I had heard some time ago. And you tell me what you think of this. Everybody brightens up a room. Some when they come into the room, and some when they leave it. I assume, based on the power of your position, that you are the former. Okay. Most sales executives tend to be relatively optimistic unless they're beat into submission because of bad numbers. But if you are the former, this becomes a tremendous coaching tool, because at any point you can look at your salespeople and figure out, do they brighten up a room when they come into it, or do they brighten up a room when they leave it? Here's the important point there, here, sales executives. They're doing the same thing with their prospects. I mean, if they walk into a room and all of a sudden the prospect starts thinking, I don't know what the hell they're selling, but I want some. Or if they walk into a room and basically, or they have the psychological notion of, hey, you don't want to buy anything, do you? Both are extremely important. Let me tell you something about selling leadership training and management training. I brought in many individuals into this business, and unfortunately I escorted many individuals out of this business. Hopefully they left with some good psychological repositories of positiveness, although many of them didn't leave with a hell of a lot of money. I would tell them this: you will make a sale when you are in front of the economic decision maker and they answer yes to this question. Do I want my people to go through training so that they can be like this person in front of me? When they answer yes to that question, you've made a sale. And not until then. So I'd like you to go back to this notion of, when do your salespeople brighten up a room? Watch them in sales meetings. Watch them on the one-on-ones that you have. Go out on a couple calls with them. Video them if they are virtual calls, and find out, are your salespeople brightening up a room when they come into it or when they leave it? I'm going to be kind of axiomatic here. I don't like making universal statements. But I will say this universally: a sale will never be made when the salesperson brightens up a room on the way out. Now, I say that tongue-in-cheek because sometimes a sale will be made because the prospect needs it that bad that they overlook the weaknesses and the foibles of the salesperson. But that's 1 in 100. The fact is that your salespeople have got to project positiveness. And it has to be from the second that they shake the prospect's hand. Now, there's another reason for that, too. There's a sales psychology reason for that, that I'll get into. One of the most important things that a salesperson can do with their prospect is break preoccupation. Preoccupation is the first several minutes of the sales call. Because if you think the prospect is sitting there saying, boy, I can't wait till this person comes in and tries to sell me something, you're wrong. They're busy. They're doing other stuff. Your salesperson has to break preoccupation. And one of the best ways to do that is to project positive enthusiasm. Look, your prospect is probably around the same people all the time, day in and day out in terms of their work week. Chances are they're feeling kind of humdrum about it. They're doing their job. And when your salesperson comes in with a skip in their step and being positive and proactive, and they shake hands, and the prospect thinks, wow, what does this person have? You've not only set the tone for the sales call, but you've broken the preoccupation. of what they were thinking of before your salesperson walked in. This is such an important point. Now, can you also break preoccupation with being negative? Sure you could, but it's not going to help the sales call at all. So, sales managers and above, my suggestion for you is watch your salespeople and look at if they are bringing light into a room when they come in or when they leave. And at that point, begin the coaching process. I mean, I certainly wouldn't say to them anything that I'm mentioning to you, especially if you're not a trained psychologist or a trained trainer of any kind. But you can, in fact, at least begin the coaching or at least the cajoling process toward making the individual more positive. For example, you go out on a sales call with them and they go in with their shoulders slumped and, just a matter of fact information dump. On the way out, you're sitting for a coffee, you could say to that person, what do you think of that? What do you think went right with that sales call? And have them mention what went right, and then say, what do you think you could have done better? And let them answer that, and say, you're right. Let me tell you a couple of things that I think went right in that sales call. Let me tell you a couple of things you could have done better. You walked in with your shoulders slumped. You created an aura of, if not negative, at least apathy. And I think that you could alter that by just having more of a spring in your step, by shaking hands with a smile on your face. That is the first step in having your salespeople enter a room and bringing light, not when they leave. Look, I'm at the 7-minute mark. If you have any other questions on this, email me. This is specifically for sales leaders. I look forward to any questions that you might have. I look forward to being able to help you answer any of those questions you have. Hey, COVID's going away, guys and gals. I'm ready to come back to a live format. Let's keep talking. Bill Schock here, thanking you for your time. Looking forward to seeing you in the next edition, assuming that I don't hear from you by email. Looking forward to seeing you in the next edition of Crush Your Company's Quota. Bye.